of Success with Bob Mwiti show, I'm going to talk about the 5 must-do things when you are looking for a job as an IT consultant. Okay, the 5 must-do things when you're looking for a job as an IT consultant. Now, the first thing that you really need to do is to clean up your mess on the internet. Okay, just go on the internet, okay, go to Google your name and see what happens. Okay, what shows there when you Google your name? Okay, if it's something that you don't like, then clean it up. Okay, so that's the first thing that you need to do. Go to Google, clean up your mess. Okay, now the second thing is to create a great LinkedIn profile. Okay, if you're out there and you don't have a LinkedIn profile and you want to get into the tech industry as an IT consultant, this is something that you have to have. Okay, there's things that you need to do when you're coming up with a really good LinkedIn profile. I'll be talking about all these things in my other episodes of Success with Bob Mwiti show. I'll give you the tips and tricks of having a great LinkedIn profile. Okay, but for now, what you need to know is you have to have a LinkedIn profile and a very good looking LinkedIn profile. You should have a very nice professional picture. Okay, you should show your accomplishments, what you've done previously, as a consultant. So if you really want to get into the tech industry as an IT consultant, you must have a LinkedIn profile. Okay, now the other thing when it comes to LinkedIn profile is also, you not just have the profile, but also you need also to have connections. Okay, because what recruiters are looking for is whether you are someone who is who is connected to other professionals. Okay, you can't just be on your own. Okay, they want to see who are you connected with. Okay, so you need to have connections. Okay, so once you create your profile on LinkedIn, you need to seek professional connections as well. Okay, not just you alone. Okay, you need those professional connections as well. Okay, so these are some of the things that I'll be talking about on other episodes of Success with Bob Mwiti show. All right, now the third must-do thing is to create a compelling resume or profile. Okay, consulting profile. Okay, now again, when it comes to resumes, there's ways that you have to create your resume as an IT consultant. Okay, I'll be talking about those things that you have to follow when you're coming up with a resume for an IT consultant. Okay, it doesn't have to be flashy. Okay, but you really need to showcase your skills. Okay, all right. There are some things that you need to really understand when it comes to coming up with a resume. Okay, you need to understand what skills the client are looking for. Okay, and you must have those skills on your resume. Okay, I'll be talking more about how to come up with an amazing resume, IT consulting resume, in my other episodes of Success with Bob Mwiti show. Okay, so again, you have to have a great resume. So another must-do thing, great resume. Okay, now the fourth must-do thing is have great professional references. Okay, people who can vouch you, okay, for a job. All right, now usually when you get a project as an IT consultant, okay, the company that is giving you the opportunity to work for them, they will do their background checks. Okay, once they give you the job. Okay, once you pass the interview, before they give you the job, they will have to do background checks, and most of the time they'll ask you to provide maybe 2 professional references. Okay, so what you need to do is get those 2 professional references early enough. Okay, before you even start looking for a job as a consultant. Okay, have them with you. Okay, and make sure also you get their professional email addresses. Okay, not just if you can. Okay, don't just get their Gmail or Yahoo mail. Also make sure that you get their professional addresses. Very important. Okay, of course, and their phone number. Okay, now when you're giving your references, make sure that the people that you give are people who can actually vouch for you. Okay, you don't just want to provide references and then that's someone who can't even say anything about you. Okay, so make sure that these people know about you. Okay, they know that you provided the references to the company that is employing you. Okay, so that in case they call, then they'll be able to answer. Okay, very, very important. But this, you need to get those contacts early enough before you start, searching for jobs as an IT consultant. Okay, have your references in place. Okay, at least 2 of them. Okay, now, last but not least, you must have a professional looking communication medium. Okay, now what am I talking about when I say a professional looking communication medium? Let's say, for example, you're using your Gmail address, okay, for your job search. Okay, don't create a weird Gmail ID, like for example, Prince Bob, or Queen Mary or something like that. Those, because people usually have all kinds of weird, ID, right? Don't have something like that. Okay, have something that is very, very professional. Let's say, for example, if it's Bob, you say, bobmweti@gmail.com, right? Something like that. Something that shows that this is you. Okay, but don't come up with some weird, email IDs like, Prince_1234. Someone will see that this is not a very serious candidate. Okay, so you have to have a very, very professional looking email ID. Okay, your communication medium, it's very, very important. Okay, another thing, on your phone, you have to have a very good, very professional voicemail message. Okay, when a recruiter calls you, okay, and they can't reach you, what's the message they get? Okay, so don't have some funny, voicemail messages. Have a very professional message. Okay, now the other thing is your Skype ID. Same thing like your email ID. It should be very professional. Okay, don't have like some funny names. Okay, because in this day and age, most of the interviews, they are usually conducted either on Skype or maybe nowadays with Zoom. Okay, but if it's Skype, you must have a very good, very professional Skype ID and Skype, picture. Okay, profile picture. Okay, very professional. All right. So don't have those, funny names. Okay, as your Skype ID. All right, and also don't have funny looking pictures as your profile for your Skype. Same thing with your LinkedIn. Same thing with your email ID, right? Don't have something funny. All right, professional names. Okay. Now, so those are the things that you really need to have. Okay, when you are starting, to look for jobs in the IT industry as a consultant. Make sure you have all those in place. Okay, right? Very, very important. Okay. You're watching Success with Bob Mweti show, presented to you by Appstech America. Appstech America is a consulting company that helps immigrants find amazing higher education and job opportunities in the tech industry in the United States. You can find our programs by going to www.appstechamerica.com. Appstech America, we wake you up to the unlimited potential within you. On to the question of the day. Someone asked me, "Hey Bob, do I have to have references on my resume?" Now, in fact, actually, if you're working as an IT consultant, you don't even need to have the references on your resume. Okay, mostly what happens is once the recruiter reaches out to you, okay, they'll ask for these details. Okay, once they reach out to you, they'll ask you to provide them with the updated resume. Okay, and in the same email, they may ask you to provide the references to them. So you don't really have to have the references on your resume. Okay, that's not a must that you should. Okay, so you can still, have your resume without the references, and you can provide those references later on in the email. Okay, you don't have to have them on your resume. Okay, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye. You've been watching Success with Bomweti Show, brought to you by Upstake America. Come back next time to hear more steps and missteps that I took on the path to becoming a successful immigrant in USA. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn.